program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. AMP2.tv presents Tell Us Your Business, where you're invited on the air to tell us what makes your business stand out in the community. It's important we hear from you to tell us all we need to know about what you do best. Tell Us Your Business uses the latest radio and television production systems, and all shows can be seen on AMP2.tv. If you have a question for our guest, call 888-565-1470. Now, let's get ready as our guest hits the airwaves and informs us about what we need to know on Tell Us Your Business.
And welcome to Tell Us Your Biz, Brooklyn Cafe Show After Hours. We've got a great guest here tonight. We've got Freddie running old school with me over here on the computer, running the board. How you doing today?
You must be really tired.
Why?
Welcome to
Tell Us Your
Biz. That's not the way it works.
You do it.
You got to say, welcome to Tell Us Your Biz. We have an exciting game that we're going to be giving away, and you have to call. What do you got to call?
Give us a call, 888-565-1470. We have an incredible game. It's called 2020 The Game. This is a great game. The launch party is tomorrow, so fresh, hot off the presses.
Precious?
Presses.
Wow.
2020
Yes.
The Game. This is an amazing game. It's got 5 players. It is
6 players.
Actually, it's only 5 pieces.
Yeah, but you can add your own. Toothpick.
You can do 2.
You can add 20. What's the difference?
You can add anything you want. Premises collect 270 electoral votes to win the White House.
I want to know how the Brazilian won the game yesterday.
Yesterday, Anna
She wasn't
and
even playing.
I was
she
playing for
won.
Anna.
Yeah, and you had me. I was winning until you took my dice and we lost.
And then Slick started making up his own rules. He was going one way. He goes, oh, but you can go another way,
No, it says you
too.
can go either way.
You can go any way you want, but this is so much fun. There's a flag, a toilet roll, the virus, an elephant, and a donkey. You've got COVID. You have to go into quarantine. You come out of quarantine. You have to wear a mask. This is the 2020 edition. It is hilarious, and we are giving out 1 free game tonight if you give us a call live right here at WWNN.
What's the number?
888-565-1470. You can listen to us live at 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, and 1470 AM. Live streaming all over social media, but you definitely want to get your hands on this game. It is for sale right now up at the outlets and at the airport or online at 2020 The Game. You have to get it right because... Get the right one.
Is that event tomorrow afternoon
the event
open
is
to the
open,
public?
Yes, it is an open
So where
event
is it?
tomorrow
At the
night.
outlets?
It is up at Salute Market up in West Palm Beach. It is an open event. It starts at 5 o'clock. A lot of great networking, a lot of fun. We're going to be there getting some film because we are creating a commercial to put this on Comcast. So it's going to be fantastic to promote this game. And not only do you get the 2020 cards and the 2020 game board, if you give us a call at 2021, they're coming out with a whole nother deck of cards and questions. So now if you go out to the grocery store, you have to wear a mask. And then there'll be the 2022 edition. So there's like other games you see on the market where the board stays the same, but you buy extra cards to go along with the deck. And that is exactly what's happening with 2020 The Game.
And there's going to be excitement because we are going to hold the World Championship of the 2020 game, where the grand prize is you get the hitchhike to California. so good stuff.
But Penny's Arcadulis and her team and her crew put this game together, and it is so much fun. Give us a call to win your copy right here. 888-565-1470. Oh, and you know what else? Here's the 6th place piece. It's the White House.
Told you.
The White House.
And there's another one called the Blue House. Now listen, don't make me a liar, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're out there. Call the phone line because I got to get rid of this game. If I don't get rid of this game, I'm in a lot of Zuckaluka's trouble.
Zachardoula's
trouble.
14
So I gotta,
days in quarantine,
I gotta
get
get
fired.
this game out.
888-565-1470. We are live here until 7:30. So give us a call right here on the set. You could actually even write in if you want. If you're watching our show on social media, say 2020 The Game. I'm all in.
That's right. We'll even deliver it.
You'll even deliver it. We'll leave it right here at the station. So I'm going to leave this here on the set. Yeah. We've got a great guest joining us tonight. We've got Julie Weidenfeld of Peak Health 360 joining us. She came right from class, taking an ab class. You know, I should have tuned into her class while we were doing another show. I could have gotten a good workout.
I was teaching the class.
She was teaching class.
Teaching.
Yeah, I went
teaching,
from,
doing.
Yeah, sweat to
You look
cover up.
fantastic. Beth.
I'm exhausted just watching her.
But
I'm thinking about what you guys do in a day, and I feel like a recluse compared to how you guys are out and about so much.
Well, don't worry. We're going to bring you into our
I
little
know.
spidey web very
Suck
quickly.
me in.
So don't worry. We get to do a whole lot of fun. We get to interview, do production, and do video that we were talking about before because COVID has changed so many things.
Yeah.
Right? People were home quarantining. People were home eating, not working out, trying to work out, trying to stay motivated. We've all been through this, right? We thought for the first couple of months, we got this. Now, a year and a half later, we're thinking we had it. And now we kind of lost our motivation.
Yeah, true. It's been, in fact, I'm seeing even people with, part of my business is fitness, part of it is finance, but with the fitness aspect of it, I think people are starting to get a little burned out of all the, trying to get into their fitness routines at home or outside. I'm seeing a little burnout from that as well. I think we're all just exhausted.
What is Peak Health 360? How do you get us to that next level?
So Peak Health 360 is, I call it a health span company, which most people then look at me and say, well, what is health span? And health span is basically the fact that we're living longer as a whole, as a society, humans are living longer. But we don't want to live our twilight years being immobile and feeling immobile or feeling, brain fog. So health span is where you enhance how you feel and how you move and how you think every day of your life for the rest of your life. So then your health span equals your lifespan as our lifespans continue to expand. Because I'm hearing now people are living 110, 120, I don't know, crazy stuff.
Well, here's the thing. It's one thing to live the quantity of years, but you want that quality of years, right? We're following the show that just talked about aging gracefully and aging in place, which is fantastic. But you want that quality of life to say, you know what? I'm glad I'm 97. I'm glad I'm 100 because I can do what I want to do.
Right.
Maybe not like you were when you were 20, but to have a quality of life.
Right. I mean, the body is going to take go through its toll of aging. There's no secret formula to avoid aging, but there's so many things that you can do. And so the two main focuses, the two areas that I focus on are fitness and finance. And to me, they're circuitous because in order to make sound financial decisions,
He's stuck on circuitous. Sorry, Julie.
Oh, do you want me to spell that for you?
No, I just want you to explain it to me.
Right. So in order to make sound financial decisions for the rest of your life, as your life changes and you evolve, you need to have a clear head and you need to understand and be aware of who you are and where you are and what's going on in your life. And in order to stay in that sound mind, you need to keep your body healthy so that your cells and your blood are all refreshing and pumping through your body on a regular basis. So to me, it makes perfect sense because, if you and I'll tell you my personal example of it. So I was in the finance industry for 20 plus years, and you would think that I would know how to manage my own finances, right? But I found myself in debt, which I don't like to admit, and I don't admit often, but I should because. Look, it happens to so many people. But I found myself in debt in 2018, and I just was paralyzed. This was the second time in my life that I was paralyzed.
So what do you consider debt? A couple $100s or significant?
I had, $20,000 in credit card bills. I was just starting. I wasn't just starting, but I wasn't making the income that I needed to be making in order to live the life I was living. So part of that was my own, it was all my own fault. I mean, I own it. I own my actions. But I was bewildered at the fact that I know I manage other people's money so well for so many years. I understand investing. It is my favorite thing in the world to do, but I allowed myself to become complacent with my own financial situation. And I had to put the brakes on, and I made a lot, and I realized I lost my mindset. I wasn't staying in my own mindset. I was so busy worrying about my children and my mother and my family and so many other people that I let my own life get out of hand. And so that's where I really started focusing with my Peak Health 360 on the financial aspect. And it's while I can help people invest, what I like to do is help people understand their relationship with money so that then they can go and invest or hire a financial advisor or, find the right tax, a CPA, or make sure that they understand who they are and how they manage their money and why they manage money the way they do. 'Cause it was a rude awakening for me, and I realized if I need this.
What did you find with yourself?
Okay,
What
so
was your financial
So I'm my
mindset?
father, and my dad and I were super close. He's no longer here, but the more I evolve, the more I realize how much I am my father. And my father loved to gamble, and he never planned. Was not a planner. He didn't sit down each week or each month and plan where his money's coming in and where his money's going out. He didn't put budgets together for himself. He was amazing at analyzing companies and understanding balance sheets and income statements. I mean, he was a genius in so many aspects of his life, but he was not a planner, and I inherited that non-planning from him.
But what if there are people that aren't planners, right? And their financial relationship with money is, I don't plan, but I have money, and I can't sit down and write this balance sheet. Budgets to me, I don't mean
a dirty
this
word.
person. Budgets to this person is like, well, I can't. I go to the
Right.
grocery store. I need this food. I'm going to buy it.
Right.
I want these shoes. I can't afford maybe the $100 shoes, but I can afford the 50 until you can't.
Until you can't. Well, that's where you have to learn to be proactive. And yeah, you can get by your whole life without budgeting, but are you going to, especially if we're living longer, are you going to be able to, in your later years, live the way you want to live? And you want to think about that. A lot of people don't, besides the budgeting, a lot of people don't even want to think about their lives when they're 80 and 90
Well, how
years
does
old.
Peak Health help with that? Because Peak Health is not an investment house.
No.
You're not a wealth management
I don't
company.
know. We don't make investments. We don't recommend investments. What we do is we create a planning strategy. So it takes a lot of conversation. It takes a lot of planning from your past experiences and understanding your past experiences and your habits around money to come up with a strategy that, and again, a strategy that works for me may not be a strategy that works for you. My strategy may be too time intensive or too, column oriented, where what works for you might be just simply, every week or every month having a particular number, and you don't want to spend below that number, or you don't want to spend above that number. You want to save more than you spend. But what I'm learning is that if you don't have any plan in place, even as the last conversation that was on the last show was on, even as you age, if you don't have a plan for where your backup plan of what you're going to do and where you're going to live and who's going to take care of you, what's going to happen?
Freddie, it's interesting because we talked about this. We have a call?
We got to take a hard break
Okay.
because he needs to put the disclaimer for the game.
Okay. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Give us a call, 888-565-1470, 2020 The Game, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios that will set the venue for any media application. We offer remote services as a radio or TV production and continue to grow new venues to bring your ideas to life. We also specialize in video and photo content for social media. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
From time to time, this program engages in contesting for prize giveaways. A listener must call into the radio station talk line and be a specific caller or answer a trivia question as specified by the show host to be awarded the prize. The contest duration is the length of the program itself. Winners may be limited to one winner per address and or phone number every 3 months. All listeners are eligible for prizes. Prizes do not exceed a value of $325. The prizes are provided by the show, and the delivery of the prizes is the sole responsibility of the program itself and not the radio station or the Beasley Broadcast Group. You are listening to Tell Us Your Business, where our invited guests share all the knowledge of their business and how important it is what they do in our community. If you want to be part of the conversation, call into the show at 888-565-1470 and tell us what's on your mind. Now, back to Tell Us Your Business.
And we are back with Tell Us Your Biz. We had to do the legal things we had to take care of. Player disclaimer, because we are giving away this fantastic game. Brand new, hot off the presses, 2020 The Game. You can check out their website at 2020-thegame.com. You can purchase yours there, or you can give us a call right here at WWNN 888-565-1470 and win your free game board.
Listen, I had a question for Julie.
Okay.
You know, you got to hustle today, so you got to stay in shape to last longer than your competitors or whatever you want to call them.
Mindset.
Yes, physical, mental,
Yeah.
the whole nine. Because if you aren't in the game or you can't last the game, you're going to get run over by your competitors. I mean, it's really simple. Everybody's hustling.
Everyone's hustling.
And the last quarter, starting January, it's going to get even worse. So I guess there's no easy way. And I guess starting today is better than starting in January, correct?
Exactly. Start with one small change today. And everybody has something they can change. So I like to bring up the habits of highly successful people. And I compare a lot of what I do to those because they're very similar. When you read books or read articles or hear podcasts about how people, billionaires become so successful, there are some key basic things that they all seem to do. Eat right, exercise, and have a plan and know their plan and evolve their plan as their lives evolve, among other things, get more sleep and, make sure they make time for themselves, what have you. But exercise, make a plan, and constantly assess the plan and make sure it's aligning with where you are in your life right now. And the same holds true whether you're trying to lose weight or whether you're trying to make more money or manage your money better or invest your money. It's the same concepts. You want to stay healthy. You want to have a clear mind so that you can make these decisions and make these strategies. And it's so easy to just get caught up in the day-to-day life. And and I'm not suggesting that people take an entire weekend to try to...
Well, let me ask you about accountability.
Yeah.
Peak Health on your website, it's peakhealth360.com. You talk about peak fitness, peak finance, peak life, peak workouts.
Right.
It's more than mind, body, spirit. It's
Right.
mind, body, spirit, finance, right? We're looking at mindset versus the spirit, not only the spirituality, but our mindset, our thoughts, how our relationship is with food, working out, money.
Correct.
And so much of that goes back to how we were raised.
Correct.
Or what we were brought up with.
Correct. So I give people I'm sorry, what's your question? I don't
So
know.
my question is, do you help formulate a plan around all of these things? Or one aspect?
So it depends on what the clients want. And I do, a lot of my clients are corporate wellness clients. So companies who have employee benefit programs that offer wellness solutions. And I love this concept because it's been proven through a number of studies that when CEOs take care of their employees, through health benefits, through financial wellness benefits, through exercise, just helping them prepare for the things that they need to take care of outside of the office, they are more productive. They are happier in the office. So to me, it makes perfect sense. So I actually about 50% of my business is through the corporate wellness arena, where I speak to employees about understanding their history with exercise, with food, and with money, and then trying to come up with their own strategy so that they don't fall back into the same patterns that got them stuck in the past.
It's interesting because you find relationships and generations repeat themselves, right? You talk about an abusive home. That's maybe what you end up doing, unfortunately, to your kids until you break that cycle. It seems to me this is similar. We need to break that cycle. If it's not a productive, positive cycle, we need to break that and find a new way.
Exactly. I mean, I have people, like, ask yourself, or I have the people ask themselves, are you happy with where you are right now? Is everything in your life going perfectly? Because if so, then they don't need me. They don't need anybody. That's great. But, if you're not there, what is it that you'd like to change? And how can we make that happen without being overwhelmed by it?
And we talked last week about a relationship with money. I think people may know their relationship with working out. You may have a handle on your relationship with food, whether you're a foodie like you, or you love mayonnaise, or you're not a foodie like me. Like we know what we are as far as food. We know our workout.
I notice I'm the mayonnaise and you're not a foodie. That's really nice. Thank you for telling me.
But I'll eat the Oreo cookie in the back of the studio,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
So I get all that.
And that has mayonnaise in it.
But it's the financial component, the mindset of when you're trying to grow a business. And right now, everyone is in this different arena of growing their business because we're come out of COVID and it's like, oh my gosh, you either did really, really well or you really, really pulled back and you're trying to catch up.
Yeah.
It's that mindset. When you were growing up, your mindset with money with your parents.
Yeah, my father worked all around the clock at an early age. He had us out there hustling and looking, they call it a side hustle now. And when I was 9 years old, I was doing that. But the thing that surprises me now is that people who have gotten sick, people that were afraid to get sick, that's all the negative. And then you have to come to the realization that if you didn't start or stay open, you got to start all over again. So you better be peak health 360 because here we go.
Yeah.
And you're going to be forced into this game to exercise physical, mental, and here we go again. Okay?
And having that sound mindset also relieves a lot of stress around all these other topics. Knowing that you have, we said before, some people don't like to have a plan, but having that plan then reduces your stress. Just in the short story of it is it reduces your stress. Let's look at professional athletes.
How do people find you? We're like at 1 minute already.
Okay. So my website is Peak Health, www.peakhealth360. You can find me on Instagram at Coach Julie DW or Peak Health 360. You can email me at julie@peakhealth360.com. And Facebook. I'm on Facebook too. Both of those names, Julie Peak Health 360. So
it's fascinating to see the financial component and the mindset component going into the physical fitness in the food arena because it's certainly important. And Jordana's going to talk about everything she talks about on the next show, Get Ready, Set, Go Beyond. But it goes to mindset, financial responsibility, food, fitness, all of it.
Yeah.
I like
inside
because
and out.
Julie's sounding the horn, so you're going to have to get it going because I'm going to tell you something. If not, you're going to be out of the train as it's leaving the station.
Right, we're going to the holiday season. Now is the time to get into peak health.
I have a great workshop actually on holiday spending and how to avoid all those spending traps.
All right, check that out. Peakhealth360.com. Julie Weidenfeld, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
30 minutes is like,
Woo,
boom.
exactly.
2020 The Game. Check out their website, 2020-thegame.com. Tune in just a few minutes to Ready, Set, Go Beyond with Jordana Foster. Another great interview coming up. We'll see you a little bit.
This has been Tell Us Your Business, where a special guest comes on every week and tells us what they do. All shows can be seen on amp2.tv, and if you wish to be a guest, call 866-224-5422 and tell us about your business. That's 866-224-5422. This has been an amp2.tv production.